Okay, so after a strong performance in week one, with a 4-0 win at home on Flag Day against Killy, we are on to week two against Hibs, who didn't have as good a week as us, going down 3-0 to St Mirren. But before we preview that game, let's have a quick look at what we've done in the meantime. Transfer rumours, because the transfer window is still open, and to make it short, nothing really. Let's look at some outs. Matt O'Reilly, he's not out yet, but it's a rumour. He was offered 23 million by Atlanta. This is their fourth bid, and it's been rejected. Fabrizio Romano is saying that we are actually asking for 28 million, and that's pretty much it. So, which is good that we're sticking to our guns. It's good that they stick to their guns with putting the price up and not when we're selling, but not putting the price up when we're buying. And the only other real rumour for outs, which I don't think is a rumour anymore, because Bosun Lawal today was actually in Stoke for a medical, so it looks like he's on his way out. 2 million. Look, I think most of us expected more from Bosun. We wanted him to come back and get his way into this team, but it looks like he just doesn't fit. He's played centre back, played mid. I thought he'd done okay, but it looks like when he came back to us as a midfielder, I don't think Brendan Rodgers was really happy with his performance. And when you look at the depth that we've got in midfield, he's really not going to get into the team. So it's like, do we put him out on loan again or just get rid of him? And it looks like we've got a bid and he's out the door. So what do you do? Now, trade rumours coming in. We're on Ida watch still, apparently. We've put a bid in for 8 million for Ida. He did play, well, he didn't play, but he was on the team sheet for Norwich this weekend on the bench, where they lost. And yeah, we have an $8 million bid in. I think this is it. This is the last chance. We can't go in a couple more games without a backup striker. So if we don't get Ida, we need to move on and get someone else. I'm sure they're already looking at other options, but looking and actually having someone ready to come on the field is two completely different things. So hopefully that gets done within the next week, whether it's Adam Ida or someone else. We just need another striker, and I'm pretty sure everyone is sick of the wait on this one. And the only other real rumour that I've heard that could be believable is Jeffrey Schlupp, who is a left back / left right midfielder currently playing for Crystal Palace. He looks pretty decent. He is 31, so everyone will be complaining that he's too old. But you know what? He can play. We might get him for about 3 million. He will make a difference in the Champions League. And then in the future, we can hopefully it will give Anderson time to develop, and maybe he can be the next left back of Celtic. And people will be like, no, we need quality. It's like, but the same people are the ones that complain. It's like, oh, why don't we develop our young talent? So pick one and stick to it. All right, so on to the game at Easter Road against Hibs. It looks like we're going to have a pretty much full strength team to choose from. The only real injury concern was Maida, but apparently he's back. Whether that means he's going to be on the bench or is starting, or if he's just back in training, but they'll hold him out of games. Who knows? But here is my lineup for the weekend. Again, same back four and goalkeeper. Schmeichel in goal, Taylor, Scales, Carter-Vickers and Johnson. I have a feeling that's going to be our back four, depending on this Schlepp guy. If he comes in, he might start on the left, or they could interchange with Taylor. But until then, this is our back four. I have a strong feeling we won't be bringing in a centre back. I think Scales has got the job. That's just a bad feeling. I will be doing a video on why why we won't be spending money this off season, which people will hate. But hey, it's what's That's what's happening. Midfield, again, this is the best midfield until people leave. Hatate, McGregor, O'Reilly. If everyone is good, fit, ready to go, this should always be our starting midfield. It would be good to see if Bernardo actually comes off the bench this time. We didn't use him last game. It was good to see Holm actually get a run off the bench. I think he deserved it. He earned it. He played well. Bernardo did come straight onto the bench after being signed like 3 days before. So with a training session, will he actually get some game time? Who knows? And up front, I'm going to go with Maeda. Pretty much when I hear Maeda injuries, it just gives me flashbacks to last year when he was out for the season and played like 2 days later or whatever it was. So when Maeda's injured and they say he's back, I'm going to be like, right, Maeda's straight back into the starting lineup. If not, we've got James Forrest and Palmer. Both can do a decent job on the left there. Kyogo through the middle because we have no one else. And Kun had an amazing pre-season. He's followed it up last week, had a really good game in the first week of the season, scored a goal. So really I think he's starting to cement that spot on the right-hand side. The only other person really is Forrest, but I think if we're fully fit, Forrest is better coming off the bench in that second half. Shorter game time, but he can have more of an impact. So that is my starting lineup for the game. Interestingly enough, Hibs, even though they lost 3-0 to St Mirren, the stats line, like you would think they would have won. They had more shots. I think they had 15 shots, only 4 on target. St Mirren had 3. No, they had 3 on target. St Mirren had 4 on target, but scored 3 goals from their 4 on target. Hibs also had a little bit more possession. They had a lot more passes, and they had more corners. So it looks like Hibs had way more opportunities, but they just couldn't convert. I didn't watch the game, so I'm not sure, but just from looking at the stats, you wouldn't think that St Mirren lost. St Mirren actually won 3-0 in that game, so it'll be interesting. It's also at Easter Road, where we haven't seemed to play too well recently, but this team is a lot better, I think, than we've had. I'm going to go 2-0. So, should be a fun game. I'll see you after.